on the recorder. I am
I'm almost
excited.
downloaded here too. I'm almost downloaded on the.
Okay,
on the.
perfect.
Can I put them both going, or can I put them both on or not?
No, we'll make that decision. Okay, so today we're planning a party, a Nutritarian party for 10. And guess who's our guest? Dr. Joel Fuhrman. He's going to teach us how to entertain as a Nutritarian with some tasty, delicious recipes that will heal every aspect of our body. So fasten your seatbelt. We're going to learn and grow together. Time to dance, Dr. Joel Fuhrman. I know that you love to dance. There you go.
To see the snow out the window.
Oh, wow. Look
Snowing
at
in
that
New Jersey.
snow.
Reach out to Lillian, visit her on the web.
Here we go.
At whenyouneedafriend.com. Now we'll learn together. Here's Lillian McDermott.
Hello, my listening friend. It's so nice we can meet each other on the air on this beautiful, best day ever. And for those of you who are new to the Lillian McDermott radio show, you are in for a treat because we're planning a party, a Nutritarian party. Oh, yes, we are. So listen up, because it is my commitment to provide alternative ways to heal, and it is my mission to make awareness, responsibility, and truth a part of our everyday life. And I hope you, my listening and my viewing friends, because we record these conversations on and off the air, will feel empowered to embrace a new truth and live the life of your dreams. Now, today I'm going to warn you, 15th caller or texter. Usually, this is a book that's going to go really fast. So if you really want this book, you keep trying until you get it. And remember, I don't answer the phone, so please leave me a message. That's 407-373-5959, because today we're going to eat for health. Have you had your G-bombs today? Oh, you've heard me ask that question for the last 2 years. And if you haven't done so, you will want to do so at the end of this show. World-renowned New York Times bestselling author, Dr. Joel Fuhrman is back. But this time, we're going to do something he's never done. We're going to throw a party, a Nutritarian party for 10 people, because we are going to talk about recipes that we can do and create for a gathering, an intimate gathering. So listen up, because the 15th caller or texter, yeah, I said 15th caller or texter at 407-373-5959 will get the healthy book, Eat for Health. And since it is our sole purpose in life to give and receive love and knowledge, I am so grateful that Dr. Joel Fuhrman is here to do just that. Let me just slow this down because he just walked away. Dr. Fuhrman, I'll just tell you a little bit about him. He's been doing this research for over 30 years, and he's back. And he is so in line with the 100% responsibility for our health. Dr. Joel Fuhrman, he's got me all perplexed here because I have no idea where he went. Dr. Joel Fuhrman is the president of the Nutritional Research Foundation. He has had 5 New York Times bestselling. He's a New York Times bestselling author. He is a teacher, a physician, a healer, a media personality, an advocate of micronutrient-rich diet. And we already have people texting, even though he has not even said a word. There he is. He just went to grab his book. 407-373-5959, because we're throwing a party. Thank you, Dr. Fuhrman, for just sitting down and being here. I'm like, hey, Dr. Fuhrman, would you like to tell? Oh, where did he go? Dr. Fuhrman, share what a Nutritarian lifestyle is, because we want to go right into the recipes when we come back from the break. But share a little bit about the Nutritarian lifestyle, and thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Yeah.
The Nutritarian, diet and lifestyle is focused around a diet that's been most scientifically proven to slow the aging process and extend human lifespan. And here's the thing: the same foods and the same diet style, the same portfolio of foods that prevent cancer and slow the aging process and maximally enable to live to 100 years old, is most effective therapeutically to reverse disease, like wiping out diabetes, wiping out high blood pressure, removing autoimmune disease, maximizing the immune system protection against infection, strengthening bone mass. So we're saying that it's not one diet for your bones and one diet for dementia and another diet to prevent cancer, and another diet for your heart, it's the same maximal longevity producing diet that has the best effect on all those chronic diseases.
I think it's wonderful for
And
those of you.
it's maximizing micronutrient intake. In other words, maximizing the full spectrum of micronutrients, an excellent level of phytochemicals and antioxidants, while you're moderate calorically restricted, has been proven to dramatically extend human lifespan. And we can make it taste fantastic, and we can get our cake and eat it too, which means that we can live to be 100 years old in perfect health without the fear of cancer, heart disease, dementia, or strokes, and we can still enjoy great tasting food that will knock your socks off.
You know, that's the biggest myth that's out there, Dr. Fuhrman, and you have really helped with your videos at drfuhrman.com and all the books that you have written. How exciting it is to go back into the kitchen. We could use the word overwhelming because many people have called me and texted me and said, I just don't feel like I know what to do. Well, today we're going to not just learn what to do. Dr. Fuhrman's going to give us delicious recipes that I will later put onto my Facebook page. I'll also put them on my blog. So if you have not become a subscriber at whenyouneedafriend.com, I suggest you do so, because I tell you what, you get all this information for free before anybody else does. So become a subscriber at whenyouneedafriend.com. And today we are going to throw a party for 10. Welcome to the Lillian McDermott and Dr. Joel Fuhrman Nutritarian Dinner for 10. And we're going to continue our conversation, be the 15th caller, 407-373-5959. And we'll be right here waiting for you worldwide at whenyouneedafriend.com. Oh, Dr. Fuhrman, these recipes look fabulous. Fabulous.
Which recipes?
Fabulous. Which ones did I get?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I sent you a bunch?
Yeah, you gave me.
I sent you a bunch of recipes for today. That's what I did.
Yes, you did. So we have
okay.
for soup, we have golden Australian cauliflower soup or Black Forest cream of mushroom, which fabulous. Then for a salad, we have the healthy Caesar orange sesame.
Yeah, let me just open that file so
Yes.
I have it too.
Yes.
Go to my sent file.
Yeah, do you have that? Oh, so you were the one that did the okay, perfect.
I sent it to you, but I forgot. What's
Because you do so much, Dr. Fuhrman.
I just thought I was talking about recipes. I didn't want to talk about those specific recipes. Okay, so let's see what was the day I sent it to you at, do you know?
I just got it yesterday. So I've got I'll let you know. And gosh, I wish I could send it to you right now.
I got them right here.
You got it?
Those two right here. Yep.
Perfect. And then I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you from my phone. Okay, it's time to dance, Dr. You know what? I don't think anybody has seen you dance on my show yet.
I don't dance on your show. I don't dance inappropriately.
It's always appropriate to dance on the Lillian McDermott radio show. You danced in welcome back to the Lillian McDermott radio show. We're having a party in between the party with Dr. Joel Fuhrman. Dr. Joel Fuhrman has been such a wonderful teacher. He is a great, not just a personality that you see on Dr. Oz, and PBS has the #1 DVD and is going around the nation promoting benefit for PBS. He is on the Lillian McDermott radio show, and we are throwing a party for 10 people. Well, okay, let me just rephrase that because I could get in trouble for that. We are giving you, Dr. Joel Fuhrman is going to give you suggestions for a party of 10, Nutritarian. If you're wondering how to entertain with a healthy Nutritarian diet, then worry no more or question no more. These recipes are
just learn some great recipes, you know?
Yeah, they're just great recipes. That's right. You're right. So here, listen to the suggested menu that he sent me. So for soup, we're going to start with golden Austrian cauliflower soup or Black Forest cream of mushroom. Then we have a dressing, salad dressing, healthy Caesar orange sesame. For the main meal, we have pine nut crusted tempeh with baby bok choy and cashew. I don't know how you say that sauce. How do you say that sauce, Dr. Fuhrman? Bakmel?
Bechamel?
Okay,
Right.
bechamel. And then Moroccan kale and beans, butternut squash with pumpkin seed pesto. And for dessert, we're going to have a banana walnut ice cream with chocolate oat clusters or wild apple crunch. Ah, yummy. And if you want these recipes or the book, Eat for Health, it's 407-373-5959. Be the 15th caller or texter to win this book. So let's start with the soup. So why should we start with a soup? Is this something that is something we can make at the beginning of the week and eat anytime we want? Or what is the soup, the importance of the soup? Fill you up better?
That's true, what you just said, that the soups are nice because you can make it on the weekend and you can save it for the whole week. And you can make it, because I like people to have a soup and a salad and a piece of fruit for lunch. So they make a big soup on the weekend. It's made for the whole week. All they got to do is make a salad dressing. They got their lunches made for the whole week.
Nice.
And I usually make that big pot of soup and I clear out the top shelf of my refrigerator. And that on Sunday evening, when we finish making the soup and eating dinner, I take the leftover soup and put the whole pot in the top shelf of the refrigerator. So the pot's still usually warm at that point. So I don't want to work with the hot soup or the warm pot. So I wait till the next morning, Monday morning, when the pot's cold. And then I take it and I aliquot it out into 10 different containers. I don't want to put the hot soup into plastic, so I wait till it gets cold the next day. And then I have my 10 containers of soup all set for the whole week to just grab one with my lunch. Sometimes I'll just heat the soup up during lunchtime and pour it on a salad and use the soup as a salad dressing. And I'll have my hot salad soup, combination. And so I can make a really fast meal with not any stress or time involvement,
So what are the ingredients in this soup, Dr. Fuhrman?
Well,
so let's start with the golden Austrian cauliflower cream soup, which sounds delicious.
Yeah, it is really good. One of my secrets in making a great soup is fresh squeezed carrot juice. And you have to have a juicer for that. I mean, you could buy carrot juice in bottles. You can get it with the health food store. They can juice you some carrots fresh. But if you have a juicer and you juice your own big organic carrots, the quality of the carrot juice tastes the freshest and tastes the best. And you put that really great tasting carrot juice in the soup with half water, half carrot juice. That forms your soup base. And I do that in some of my soups. I'll use carrot and celery juice. I'll use carrot, celery, and tomatoes. But usually carrot, celery, and water forms the basis of the soup. You add the beans to that. You add the vegetables to that. You add the onions to it, the chopped mushrooms. And then you have a great tasting soup. And you can make that same basic recipe into a million different soups. But here's the cream cauliflower soup, is a head of cauliflower chopped into small pieces. And the carrots, of course, chopped small. But we're still adding 2 or 3 cups of carrot juice, which is like half of a 5-pound bag of carrot juice, to get like 3 cups of carrot juice in there, 3 or 4 cups. Once I juice the carrots, I'll take the pulp that's in the carrot juicer out, and I'll put the pulp back in the juicer a second time to get another half a cup of juice out of it, so you get the maximum juice from the carrots. So usually if you just juice it once, there's still some moisture in the pulp you can get out again. Mm-hmm. So in this case, we have the juice in the water, but we have chopped celery, chopped carrots, and chopped up cauliflower added to the soup. We add minced garlic, and we add the seasoning blend, like a veggie zest or a veggie base or a seasoning blend. And then we add nutmeg and a decent amount of chopped up kale or baby spinach. They have little specks of green in this golden cauliflower soup. And then a little turmeric and nutmeg. And then the secret ingredient is you take about a half a cup of raw cashews and a quarter cup of hemp seeds, and you blend it into the soup base. It makes it creamy, like you're eating a cream, like you put heavy cream in there, but the cream is made from the hemp seeds and cashews mixed in.
So you blend the raw cashews and the hemp seeds together before, so you pour it in as a cream.
Yeah, I know. I ladle some of the liquid out of the soup and put it in the blender. So then I put the cashews. So I'm ladling some of that soup liquid out into the blender and putting the cashews and the hemp seeds in there. Well, you could just put water in the blender, so that could be part of the water you're adding to the soup. If you want to liquefy, make a slurry from the cashews and the hemp seeds and add that and stir that into the soup to form a creaminess. And then you add the spices, the garlic. This soup differs from my usual soup because it's more chunky. You have the chunky cauliflower, you have the chunky carrots, you have little pieces of spinach and greens in there, and the chunky celery. And then you can put the onions. If I'm going to add onion to it, I'll cream the onion in the blender right with the cashews while they're still raw and pour that into the soup. And of course, mincing the garlic, adding the nutmeg and the other spices, and you could spice in turmeric to how you like it. But people really love this soup, and of course, the secret ingredient is the fresh carrot juice. Gives that sweetness and that really flavor that contrasts with the cashew nuts. Make a great tasting soup base.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. And I'm glad you answered that question, because in your recipe, you call for the carrot juice, you call for 5 cups of carrot juice on this one. And so that means...
Oh, that's because it's doubled for the party. Oh, I gave a single recipe, and yours that you got is doubled because you were going to have it for 8 to 10 people.
Correct.
It was only for 4 people.
Got it.
Right. So that's right. If you were doing it, and I would usually do it the way you have it, because I'm usually going to make a huge amount of family eating it. I'm going to save it. I'd rather make it for 5 or 10 servings. So I'm going to do a whole 5-pound bag of carrots. Just a whole 5 bag and make a quart and a half of carrot juice out of it. You know what I mean? And just make a bigger pot of soup. I have a giant pot. One of these big pots would fit a big turkey. I used to make a big soup.
Okay, so you're saying a 5-pound bag would do the 5 cups of carrots.
That's right. A 5-pound bag will make 6 cups of carrot juice.
And then you add the 6 cups of water.
That's correct. That's the way I would usually make it.
Great.
And so out of the 6 cups of carrot juice, I'll juice the pulp again and get a 7th cup out of it.
Nice.
So I can but I'll still go with equal amount of carrot juice to water. And in this case, we're putting in chopped celery. So that's the way I would go with this soup. You're right.
Okay, so for those of you who love soups, we have another recipe, but we're going to put that one on because we want to hear all the recipes. If we have extra time, we'll talk about the other soup, which I had mentioned is the Black Forest cream of mushroom, which, oh my gosh, to live for. Okay, so the next thing is the salad. So when we have a salad, the important thing is to make our own dressing. So let's talk about the dressing, Dr. Fuhrman.
That's right. I mean, my mantra, which I teach people, is the salad is the main dish. And the reason that's the mantra of a Nutritarian diet is because eating raw vegetables shows the closest association with slowing the aging process and longer lifespan and protection against cancer. So we want people to eat a salad, which means eat raw vegetables every single day, right? And then, the dressing for the salad becomes critical because traditional salad dressings are not healthy, and oil does the opposite. Oil shortens lifespan. Oil because here's the thing, is the more you eat foods with concentrated micronutrients, it slows the aging process. The more you eat foods with concentrated calories, it makes you age faster. So oil is a perfect example of a food that makes you age faster. It causes fat storage. It turns up the appetite, makes you want to eat more food. It makes you gain weight. It revs up fat storage hormones. It leads to cellular replication and aging. And people consider olive oil a health food when it's probably one of the most pro-aging food a person could possibly eat.
And I want to have this conversation with you during the break because just yesterday I had a conversation with a doctor, Dr. Freeman, saying that olive oil is really good for you. And I said, well, I understand that. Even you, Dr. Fuhrman, you say maybe a tablespoon, but that's not what we eat. We have half a cup or more. But I want to have this conversation.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that when something is bad for you, like smoking cigarettes, it's less bad if you have 1 or 2 cigarettes. If you have 20 or 30, it's worse. It doesn't make 1 or 2 cigarettes good for you. It just makes it not as bad as 10 or 20. Olive oil, any amount of olive oil is not good for you. It's always bad for you. It's always aging you, but it's just a small amount. So it's not going to be that bad. But it's not a health food. Those people don't know what they're talking about because longevity has to do with eating with moderate caloric restriction and getting foods that are more higher in nutrients. When we eat empty calorie foods, they suck nutrients out of the body. Olive oil is a processed food with no nutrients in it. Wow. Anti-aging means taking in nutrients. Aging means putting in calories without nutrients. Olive oil is a prototype of a food with merely calories with no significant micronutrient load. And it's super fattening. And it doesn't turn down the appetite when you eat it. It actually makes you want to eat more calories. And it makes you want to increase the calories of whatever you're eating, then it's making your calories go up and it's making you age faster. A little bit of olive oil is increasing your caloric. It turns up the caloric driver and makes you want to eat more food.
Yep. I agree. I agree. I cook all my food without oils. So, and I learned that from you. So let's talk about the dressing real quick because we have 2 minutes. So you have soy milk, cashew butter, lemon
Cashews,
juice.
we usually use about, if we're using a cup of cashews, we use about a half a cup of cashew butter. So if you're using so it's a half a cup of cashews, a quarter cup of cashew butter. You can use either one. Just it's blended in the blender anyway, so I'd rather use the cashew pieces of the cashews and not the butter in most cases. But this is one of my favorite dressings. It's so easy. I take sesame seeds. They have to be unhulled with the full shell on them because they have the most calcium and nutrients. And I toast them lightly in a pan for like 60 seconds just to bring out the flavor and aroma out of them. Then I'll take so they start to pop a little bit.
Yeah.
And then so I'll peel 2 navel oranges or 2 mandarin oranges or 2 tangelos, whatever I have that's good, but usually a navel orange. I'll blend it in the blender with blood orange vinegar. If you don't have blood orange vinegar, you can use white rice wine vinegar, but I like blood orange vinegar is the best. A squeeze of lemon. You put half of the sesame seeds in there and whip it up. And then the other half of the sesame seeds you leave out so you can sprinkle on top of the salad. Mm-hmm. You toss that salad with tomatoes, with red onion, a little scallion, maybe some sliced kiwi, maybe some strawberries mixed in because you have that, or maybe mandarin orange slices or clementine slices. And you toss it because when you use the nuts and seeds in place of oil, using 1/3 the calories, but the fat in nuts and seeds is not all biologically accessible to the body. The fat passes through into the toilet bowl, so you lose part of those calories. It gives you more flavor and taste. It's full of sterols and stanols that prevent cancer in the nuts and seeds and other beneficial nutrients.
And this is so important that we eat to heal our body. And the book is called Eat for Health. The 15th caller or texter wins a free copy of this book, 407-373-5959. And we are enjoying a Nutritarian meal today, recipe from Dr. Joel Fuhrman when we return worldwide at whenyouneedafriend.com. We'll be right here waiting for you. Yeah, Dr. Fuhrman, why is it that we have so many conflicting stories about olive oil?
Because everybody wants to sell books and tell people what they want to hear.
Okay.
It's a big scam because people are they're not, you ask any of those people, is it better to have walnut oil or a walnut, sesame seed oil or a sesame seed? How could they possibly say the oil is better than the seed? If they do say that, then they're irresponsible and a liar. And if they're not going to say that, they're always going to admit the whole food's better. So then why are they advising oil? They're advising oil because they want to attract people to buy their stuff. They don't want to sound that strict and that they want to tell people what they want to hear. It's unabashed. It's almost criminal that they're telling people eat oil. These people are too ignorant to know that to be able to filter out bad information from good information.
Yeah.
They don't have enough, and if everybody tells them bad information, it's hard for them to really understand the difference between good and bad. There
is so much out there, Dr. Fuhrman, that people that come across as experts. And I just recently went to
by the way, I should go to my
yes.
email.
Oh, okay.
And did Ashley get back to you?
No, but you know what? I'm going to send it.
Did you send it?
No, it did not send. I'm so sorry.
I have pistachio crusted tempeh. That must be the one.
This one is pine nuts, but pistachio is good.
Yeah, pistachio is fine. It's probably the same.
Welcome back to the Lillian McDermott Radio Show, where we always learn and grow with one another. Today's teacher is Dr. Joel Fuhrman. Dr. Joel Fuhrman has to leave a little early today because he has another meeting that he has to go to. So I'm going to save my how to get a hold of me till the end. But for now, be the 15th caller or texter to win a copy of Dr. Fuhrman's book, Eat for Health. So today we are creating a meal fit for a royalty, because I would say a king, but a queen, a princess, anybody. Because eating healthy, this is what happens. People come over and we kill them with our food. I mean, these are people we love and we kill them with our food. So let's love people by showing them how to eat nutritiously. And so we talked about, we're going to have recipes at whenyouneedafriend.com. And, but we just finished talking about the soup with Dr. Fuhrman. We talked about a recipe for a dressing that sounds to live for. And now we're going to make the main meal with Dr. Fuhrman, and the main meal, we're gonna choose the nuts, but the recipe that I have here is a pine nut, but we're gonna do a cashew crusted, right? So this one,
Well, you can do it pine nut cashew crusted, but I'm going to do pistachio crusted.
nice. Okay, so
Pistachio crusted.
okay, with baby bok choy and cashew. How do you say that again? Bechamel?
Bechamel? I don't know.
Bechamel sauce. Okay, so what do
I
you?
don't have that recipe in front of me though. But
Okay, you create whatever one you want. Go ahead.
You have so many great recipes, but
Yeah.
see, tempeh is a fermented soybean. It's not a a soybean product, because even tofu and soy milk are moderately processed. And those fake soy foods aren't good for you. But tempeh is the real thing. It's real beans that are just fermented. And so we take the tempeh and we slice it as thin as possible, like a very thin slice of roast beef. You know what I mean? And then we crust it. We make a sauce for it. So what I do is I take the pistachios and I'll just pulse them in the food processor with the S blade. So they're a little powdery, but a little lumpy, little small powder and chunky in the S blade. And then I'll mix it with cornmeal. So I'll take a cup of shelled pistachios, mix in about 4 tablespoons of a coarse cornmeal with nutritional yeast, 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. Oh, but we should double this because there's 8 people and you got to double it. I'm just doing for 4 people there.
Okay. But we want extras. Even if we only invite 4 people, we want extras.
Right. So then it would be 2 cups of shelled pistachio nuts, right? And then we're talking about 8 tablespoons or a whole half a cup of cornmeal. And then we're talking about 4 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. And because most nutritional yeast has folic acid in it, and folic acid is a synthetic made from petroleum that increases risk of breast and prostate cancer. So we want people to make sure they get an unfortified nutritional yeast, because nobody should be taking folic acid. It's too dangerous. It's risky. But nutritional yeast adds a great flavor. So it's the cornmeal and nutritional yeast combination that adds the secret ingredient and makes it stick. And then we mix in some onion powder, maybe a tablespoon of garlic powder and a tablespoon of onion powder. And then we can dip the tempeh into a little soy milk just to dip it in, or a little almond milk, and then roll it in this mixture of cornmeal and pistachio nuts so it sticks to it. And then we can lay it out on a pan, or lay it out in the oven and to bake at usually at 375 degrees in a shallow pan. Let's see.
For how long?
We bake it for about 15 minutes on each side.
Okay.
At 350 to 375.
Now, how important is it to make sure it's fully cooked? I mean, when people eat animal products and they eat something raw, they can get salmonella, or they can get really sick. When somebody cooks tempeh, because I've never cooked tempeh, I've never prepared it.
You can just eat it right out of the bag. You don't have to. You don't have to worry how long it's cooked. It can be eaten. It can be chopped up and eaten raw, even.
Okay, really?
I don't like it raw. But it's better cooked.
Now, why would we recommend that, Dr. Fuhrman?
I'm not recommending it, but it's not dangerous if you didn't cook it all.
Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. Okay, so
then we make a marinade. Then we're going to take the bok choy and I usually use bok choy and shiitake mushrooms to go in with this. We go in with some marinated small slips of tempeh on top. So you have a dish of bok choy and marinated mushrooms. We'll make a glaze for that. We can make different types of sauces for it. I know you had a cream bechamel sauce in the recipe I gave you, which, but the recipe I have here is like a balsamic vinegar glaze. You have balsamic vinegar with hot pepper flakes, cilantro, garlic, basil, and a little bit, and vinegar, of course. You have the balsamic vinegar. And whenever we add the balsamic vinegar, we add something sweet to it, like a few raisins as we blend it with a few raisins, or a date or something. So you can put a tiny bit, like a teaspoon of Bragg's aminos in there to bring out the flavor of this spice of this, kind of like the oriental flavoring of this mushroom bok choy with the pistachio crusted tempeh on top. Just a phenomenal recipe. I don't have
with the bechamel sauce.
What's the sauce on the recipe I gave you earlier in the week? What was the sauce I used on that?
Okay, the bechamel sauce is 4 cups of cashews soaked. You have 2.5 cups of sweet onions, 6 cloves of garlic mince, 3 cups of soy milk, 3 cups of vegetable stock, white miso. So it's 2 tablespoons of white miso, 4 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, and nutmeg grated. So grated nutmeg.
Right. So then we're gonna braise the bok choy, and I do recommend putting mushrooms in there too, in that bechamel sauce. And of course, the secret ingredient there is you got to use a soy or an almond milk, and you make it creamy by blending in the cashews and the hemp seeds in there. Hemp seeds are not in the recipe, but I always add a little hemp and reduce the cashews a little bit for omega-3 balancing the fatty acids. And then of course you add the spices you like. In this case, you're adding the garlic and the onion, and it's really going to be delicious. And then the garlic, onion, and a little nutritional yeast is going to add a fantastic flavor in the cashews. That's a really creamy white sauce. And the bechamel sauce is like the cream sauces that make in fettuccine type flavor, fettuccine Alfredo in Italian restaurants. But we make it with cashews and nutritional yeast and with soy milk or almond milk, and onion and garlic. It tastes absolutely fantastic. So you can do the pistachio glazed one with the, you can make it pistachio glazed, make it sesame seed glazed, make it pine nut glazed. You can put any kind of these fine nut, almond glaze, but I love the pistachio glazed combination here. And then I can and we gave people the option of the balsamic glaze or the bechamel glaze, sauce. So it's just a fantastic recipe because the tempeh gives it that chewiness, like you have pieces of meat in there, and then you have the meat and the vegetables, the tempeh and the vegetables with the nuts on top. It's just fantastic.
It sounds wonderful. For those of you, my listening friends that are listening right now, and my viewing friends, we are giving a book away. Be the 15th caller or texter. The book is called Eat for Health. This is an incredible book. When we want to use food as medicine, these foods will actually help prevent and reverse disease. Right, Dr. Fuhrman?
Right, and Eat for Health is unique as far as my books are concerned because it's like a book that has the information in it combined with a recipe book in one book. Mm-hmm. So it has 150 recipes in it. Most of my books have 50 to 60 recipes. So that's why I gave that book today, because it's like has the information, but it also has a huge amount of great recipes, and especially the recipes people are going to use every single day that have been tested year after year that people and families love. Yes. And then, of course, I have my Eat to Live cookbook, and the Eat to Live cookbook have some of these gourmet, more party recipes that I've been opening up here.
Yes, the Eat to Live Quick and Easy. We gave that book away a while ago.
Right. So here's the Eat to Live cookbook, which has the recipes that you have today's parties came from this book, because a lot of these books have some of those fancier recipes in them that are great for parties too. The Eat to Live book. The Quick and Easy book doesn't have as many party recipes. These are books like everyday recipes that are made for fast recipes, like 5 or 6 ingredients in them. So essentially we have 3 cookbooks we're talking about. I'm working out of the Eat to Live cookbook because those are like really incredibly great recipes, and the Eat for Health book, which is like a recipe book. But that has like the incredible selection of basic recipes you can use all the time for your family. They're the all-time favorites that people love.
And also, Dr. Fuhrman, I don't know, I sent you that email that you needed.
Oh, but, you did?
Yes. So you also have a Moroccan kale and beans. Is that like a side dish on top of the tempeh, or is that another if you can choose one or the other? The Moroccan kale and beans.
The Moroccan kale.
Yes, it has kale, tomatoes soaked overnight. Then you have onions. You have garlic, water, of course, as needed. You have your no salt.
Yeah, kale and beans. I mean, it's another vegetable dish. I usually do have a couple of different vegetable dishes, of course. They're the main dishes. It's not, so people, when they come to a party, it's usually like a buffet. You take what you like, you taste a little of everything. You see what you like the most. You take a little more of it. You know what I mean? I don't plate things on a plate usually. I have people walk by the plate and take whatever they want.
Yes.
Usually 3 or 4 different dishes. So Moroccan kale and beans is really good because obviously it has that, it has that more tomato Mediterranean feel to it, and of course you get those beans mixed with the kale and the red sauce. What's more anti-cancer than that? And, so here, I can get a lot of green vegetables into you. And people know that kale is a cruciferous vegetable. So is bok choy, by the way. But kale has those anti-cancer, foods in it. So yes, so here we have, we take the large skillet or wok and we put a 1/4 cup of water in there. We lightly saute the kale, but it's like wokking it. You're just like partially cooking it. And then you're mixing in the tomato, the onion, the mushrooms, and the garlic. Heating it so it's partially cooked. And the secret is you don't throw away the bean liquid. Bean liquid in the unsalted cans or boxes is very healthy. So you use it in place of the water. You don't dump it out.
So
Put the seasonings in.
Let's continue this conversation off the air. We're going to continue our conversation. Be the 15th caller or texter, 407-373-5959. We'll be right here waiting for you. And Dr. Fuhrman, you also have butternut squash with pumpkin seed pesto, which sounds amazing. I'm going to be making a big buffet for my family. And I know that I have to double the 10 because they'll love this one as well. Right. So, okay, what was it that you were saying? Because I had to interrupt. I'm so sorry about that. That the bean juice that's in the can?
Yes, you never throw it away. Never dump it out.
I thought
it's valuable food. It's like throwing away your beans.
Really?
Half the nutrients from the liquid anyway.
Okay. So the reason why I was told to throw it away is because there is salt in it, and it takes the salt away.
Yeah, but you don't buy canned. No, I don't recommend people buy salted beans.
Okay. So if you have salted beans, is it okay to throw that away? Or
no, don't buy salted beans.
Don't buy salted beans. Okay, there we go. Give those away to somebody else. We need to buy unsalted beans. Or, okay, so I've always thrown it away because I was told that that's the part that gives you gas. I mean, there's so much myth out there, Dr. Fuhrman.
You know, that's the part, if you whip it with a beater, with an egg beater, it whips up to a meringue, and you can make a lemon meringue pie. You can make a jello out of it. You make a chocolate chia pudding out of it. You put some chia seeds in it, mix some cocoa powder and a date into the bean liquid. You don't even taste the bean liquid. The bean liquid whips up. You never heard of Aquafaba? Aquafaba is the name for the liquid in a chickpea that you pour off the chickpeas. So the bean liquid you pour out of the chickpea box is Aquafaba. You beat it with an egg beater, and you get whipped cream. And you sweeten it with a date and some fresh vanilla bean powder or some cocoa powder, and you have chocolate or vanilla whipped cream. You put in some chia seeds or ground chia seeds, and you make a little soy milk in there. You put it in the refrigerator overnight, and you have a jello mold or you have a whipped jello or chia chocolate jello mold from the bean liquid. Why would you throw? Or you add it to the soups. You're cooking it. You're walking it. You know, it's kind of full of nutrients.
Wow, this is great information, Dr. Fuhrman. I did not know that. And I normally like to buy my beans dry and soak them, but sometimes it takes such a long time that when you're in a pinch and you need to get something real quick, you're saying the unsalted beans are good. Is there a particular brand, or does it matter? Just as long as it's unsalted, would that be enough?
Yeah, I usually get the Eden brand or the Whole Foods 365 brand in the boxes. You know, the Eden brand has unlined cans. There's no BPA in the cans.
Correct. So we want
it's important not to get cans if you're getting tomato products, because the acidity in tomatoes can leach the BPA of the can, and tomato products need a lined can because they're so acidic. So it's better to buy tomato products in glass.
Oh.
The beans are not acidic, so you can buy them in cans safely, and the cans don't have to be lined. So tomatoes are better in those sealed boxes, those Tetra Pak boxes, or best in glass, not in cans. Don't buy canned tomato soup and canned tomato paste because it can leach the lining of the can out.
Wow, amazing.
But the beans are safe to do in cans or in Tetra Pak or in the Tetra Pak boxes.
Okay, because I've been seeing the boxes more and more, and I wanted to ask about that today. So, you know, we are still a busy society looking for quick ways. And now we get to talk about dessert, Dr. Fuhrman. We didn't even talk about the butternut and it will be on my website.
You can text Lillian McDermott or leave her a voicemail at 407-373-5959.
Okay, Dr. Fuhrman, here we
Once
go.
again, here's Lillian.
Welcome back to the Lillian McDermott Radio Show, where we always learn and grow with one another. Today's teacher, one of my favorites, Dr. Fuhrman. I follow a Nutritarian lifestyle, and I am so excited that Dr. Joel Fuhrman has volunteered to come on the show month after month. Even when he has like a huge appearance with Dr. Oz, he will make time for the Lillian McDermott Radio Show, which I am so grateful to him. I want to create a...
you get Dr. Oz, Lillian. You're more important than Dr. Oz.
Oh, you're so sweet. You just made my day. Okay, so 15th caller or texter will win the book, Eat for Health. Why would we create a meal that will clog your arteries, cause diabetes, create heart disease? Why would we do that to ourselves? And we do it all the time. So far we've been talking about some wonderful, wonderful recipes, which I'm going to put in the private page. It's called the Lillian McDermott Radio Show group. So if you want these recipes, you need to join the group on Facebook. Now, Dr. Fuhrman, no meal is complete without dessert. And I
Well,
know
no party meal, you could say.
no meal is complete.
Well, you could have a mango for dessert, right? Or,
That's true. That's true.
Some delicious fruit, a custard apple. I mean, I have all kinds of papaya. I mean, there's all kinds of great natural desserts. But, the secret ingredient to make an incredible dessert for company, people got to order this. It's real ground vanilla bean powder.
Yep.
Instead of using vanilla extract, instead of using this crap chemical that tastes like chemicals, you get this real vanilla bean powder. And it's just ground vanilla bean. And the ground bean has anti-cancer effects. It's really healthy for you. And it gives it a great aroma, a great flavor. You can't be beat. And, the ice cream, this vanilla, I call it vanilla ice cream, but it's listed this as banana walnut ice cream. But you don't taste the banana. It tastes like vanilla ice cream. Mm-hmm. You don't taste the walnuts. It tastes like, so you take the frozen banana, and if I'm making it for 2 people, I'll take 2 frozen bananas, a teaspoon of real vanilla bean powder, mm-hmm. and a handful of walnuts, and put it in there with a little bit of soy milk. But in this case, serves 10. We have 10 ripe bananas, 1 banana per person, right? Yeah. And then you have 2 cups of soy milk, but I wouldn't put that much in anyway. I put 1 cup of soy milk in, a cup of walnuts in there, and 2 tablespoons of ground vanilla bean, which I'm putting in 1 teaspoon for 2 people. So that would be 1 tablespoon would be for 6 people, 2 tablespoons would be for 10 people. That's about right.
I went ahead and bought the.
You bought the ground vanilla bean powder?
About a year and a half ago.
Oh, really?
And I love it. You don't need as much.
Yeah.
What you normally would buy, what would you normally would do, like maybe 1 teaspoon in those liquidy forms. Right. You just need half a teaspoon. So you save product, even though it may be in our mind more expensive, you save in the long run because you're getting twice as much.
It's worth it though. It's so worth it.
Yes.
It's just so worth spending the $10 or $18.
I know it wasn't that expensive anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're going to use it if the bag's going to let. You're not going to be eating this every day anyway.
No,
it's a fantastic treat. It makes and then when you combine that vanilla ice cream with maybe an apple pie, a homemade, where you take the apples and the walnuts and the flax seeds and the cinnamon and the nutmeg, with raisins and some chopped nuts, just incredible. And here we combined it with the chocolate oat clusters. We have the apple pie. It could be apple pie a la mode or the chocolate oat clusters, which are on top of the apple pie. And it's so easy to make. You just take some whole wheat flour, the walnut, the medjool dates, the vanilla bean powder, a little applesauce, and a little cocoa powder and oat, and a little bit of oats in there. And you mix it all together. You make it into clusters with the applesauce, the oats. First you blend, obviously, the vanilla and the dates and the applesauce in the blender. You combine the flour in there with the arrowroot flour and the nuts. And then you mix it by hand with the applesauce, and you stir in the oats so they're not ground up, and the chopped nuts. And you put it into little clusters, and you just bake it for 10 minutes. So you have a chocolate, you have a chocolate cookie. You can add, if you want to make a chocolate coconut cookie, you could add some unsweetened shredded coconut in there. It's absolutely fantastic. You throw a little piece of vanilla ice cream on top. How could a dessert be better than that? And you can eat, and you don't have a single-sized portion of it because it's so healthy for you. There's all these healthy ingredients and no sugar except for a little date. And look, in the banana ice cream, we didn't even add a date. It's just the natural bananas that sweeten it. You don't even want it that sweet because you want to be able to eat more fully of it and not feel you have to restrict the amount you're eating.
Absolutely. And Dr. Fuhrman, you have whole wheat flour, a 2/3 cup for whole wheat flour. This will make 40 cookies, by the way. But can we use chickpea flour? Can we use?
Yeah. You can make mock-up spelt, pea, almond flour. We can change it, or you change something else. The person can't eat any wheat.
Amazing recipes. For those of you who would like a copy of Dr. Fuhrman's Eat for Health, be the 15 caller or texter 407-373-5959. Dr. Fuhrman, I know you have another interview to go to. Is there anything that you would like to say to people who are listening to you for the first time about just switching their lifestyle and eating a different way when it comes to their health?
Well, it's just that you have to be you have to be ignorant, insane, a food addict, or incredibly misinformed to not eat a Nutritarian diet. Why not never have a heart attack or a stroke? Why not live to be 100 years old without dementia? Why do you want to get cancer and live with the fear of cancer? It's crazy not to eat. You have to be nuts not to eat a Nutritarian diet, especially how we've made it taste so incredibly delicious.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. And Dr. Fuhrman, I'm so grateful to you for coming on the show today. I know that you have another interview that you need to do. There's always someone even special out there that you do stop to do other interviews for. So I am completely feel blessed that you have said yes to the Lillian McDermott Radio Show and you've partnered with us. And I am excited about that. Thank you so much, Dr. Fuhrman. I really do appreciate you. Have a beautiful day.
My pleasure. Best health to you. Have a great week and a great month, and to all your listeners as well.
Thank you. Thank you. And for those of you, it's called Eat for Health. Be the 15th caller or texter, 407-373-5959. That's 407-373-5959. So here's the thing. I am so excited to let you know. I've received so many emails, so many texts asking me what products, for those of you who want to change your lifestyle, it could become a little scary. And I know that. That's what I did about 5 years ago because of the teachers on my show. And when you start learning a new truth, then you know that what you're doing is hurting you. Prior to that, we're just eating the way we were taught to eat by our parents, and our parents were taught to eat by their parents. But something has happened along the way where the fast food industry has come in to make things so convenient for us that we're eating frankenfoods. We're eating foods that are combined that we think we're eating, but we're not really eating. And so I get texts all the time or emails asking me, what brands do I use? What brands do I use? And although, I'm not advocating a particular brand, but now I have at whenyouneedafriend.com, and of course, I ask you to always become a subscriber. And when you become a subscriber, you get free gifts. And not only that, when you become a subscriber, the show will go to you. So you click on become a subscriber. Also, make sure you check out my sponsors and support them. Now, at whenyouneedafriend.com, there's going to be a page called Lily's Favorite, of course, but there's always Lily's Kitchen. Lily's Kitchen is going to show you all the appliances that I have. And all you have to do is click and buy. If that's what you want to do, you can click and buy. If you want to go somewhere else, go somewhere else. But at least this is what works for me. It's what makes me be able to cook quicker and not have to chop a bunch of stuff. And I even tell you what food presser I have. A cheap little mandolin that I use is like $15. My Vegetti, which I love, is in there. So there's so many. If I couldn't find it, I would get you something that is so close to it. So that's coming up at whenyouneedafriend.com. And so make sure that when you go to whenyouneedafriend.com, you check out what's in my kitchen, from the juicer I use, the blender I use, all the way down to I don't know, a $5 item, which is the parchment paper, because I don't use aluminum or certain things that will bleed into our food. So if you want to learn a little bit more about that, go to Lily's Kitchen at whenyouneedafriend.com. Just look for it, because right now I don't know if it's posted up there, but I want to assure you that I will continue to update those things. Also, if you want Dr. Fuhrman's books, you can click on that and just get it if you don't win today. So today, 407-373-5959, the 15th caller, we created a meal, a feast for royalty. And this feast will heal every cell in your body. Once you learn a new truth, you cannot unlearn it. I want to encourage you to do everything you possibly can to reverse and prevent any illness that could be possibly looming in your DNA. It will trump what you do today, will trump that DNA. And please remember, I'll be right here waiting for you worldwide at whenyouneedafriend.com. This is Lillian McDermott wishing you love, peace, joy, and unexpected abundance. Make it the best day ever. I hope that you go to whenyouneedafriend.com as well, because we have some incredible stuff that I've been using for a long time. It makes it easy in the kitchen. And if you just look at it, if you want to look at it, if you want to just buy, it's right there. And you can have that for yourself as well. So that it'll make it easy to switch to a Nutritarian kitchen. And so I'm so grateful to you for staying and learning and growing with me and Dr. Fuhrman. I'll be right here waiting for you tomorrow.